Welcome to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. I'm Jake. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Colt Dragoon. This is a second gen Dragoon, third model. So before we dive into the video too far, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and be sure to check out our Patreon page. Any support you guys can give us is greatly appreciated. It allows us to buy stuff like percussion caps, which are expensive and hard to find at the moment. So yeah, any support you guys can give us is greatly appreciated. I got it loaded with 50 grains of my homemade black powder and a 4.57 round ball, and we got a frozen jug of water there we'll shoot here real quick. There's so much smoke, I'm having a hard time seeing my follow-up shots, but yeah,
blew up that chunk of ice pretty good.
Yeah, we could go go see what we did, huh? Looks like pretty much the first shot that, or those shots, you can see a number of different shots there. I hit it, just kind of vaporized the ice. We'll have to do that test again at some point and do actual liquid water instead of frozen and just see what it does, maybe in a bucket of water. So yeah, that's the Colt Dragoon. This is the second gen guns. So there's quite a bit of misconception about the second gen Dragoons. A lot of people just think that they're Ubertis and just finished by Colt and whatnot, but that's not technically the case. This one happens to be a C series. So Colt, when they reintroduced their black powder cap and ball guns, they started with the 1851 Navy. They did, of course, the third model Dragoon, and they did the baby Dragoon. All those were done in the C series guns is what they're called, but they were rough casting barrel, cylinder, and trigger guard from Uberti. Colt did all the final finish work on them, drilled chambers, drilled and rifled the barrels, kind of all that stuff, and all the other parts, hammer frame, screws, springs, the cones, the front sight, loading lever, all that stuff was built by Colt. And as you can see, this one, the finish work from Colt is extremely good, really nice case coloring, high polished blue. They call that their royal blue finish. There was the later F series guns, which they did quite a few other guns, including the 1860 Army, first, second, third model Dragoons, the Walker, stuff like that in the F series. And those were kind of the same story, but they were built by a subcontractor, so not actually put together at the Colt factory. So, if you care about that sort of thing, some people don't. I did do some shooting video footage with this the other day, and I was having some trouble with the loading lever coming down on me.
Oh.
That hasn't happened all that much with me, actually, having the lever come down, but it will do that sometimes. So and I did a little bit of work on the notch here, and as you can see, those 6 shots with the full 50 grain charge didn't come down at all. So I think I may have corrected that issue. I guess we'll see. I'll do some more shooting with it. A lot of people don't shoot their second gen guns, and the Dragoons and Walkers have really odd cone sizes, so they don't fit commonly available percussion caps nowadays. And apparently there's 2 different cone lengths for the second gen Colt Dragoons, and mine takes the longer length. There's one that takes a shorter length. This one actually takes the longer length, and I bought these from Track of the Wolf. They sell both the short and longer length. If it took the shorter length, I could have used slick shot nipples actually, and they would have worked fine, but they don't make the longer length in those. So, which is unfortunate because they make really good cones. So, I had my friend at Goon's Gunworks go over this gun. He did an action job. It has a 5-pound hammer draw weight, so it takes 5 pounds to cock the gun. He installed an action stop, so once you get to full cock, you can't overcam the action. Basically, it just stops, which is nice. Really like that, especially with these heavy cylinders. If you're cocking the gun really fast, it's possible to start peening your cylinder notches. So with that action stop, it kind of prevents that. Let's see here, corrected the arbor, and we installed a coil spring for the hand. So other than that, we kind of left it just stock because it is a Colt. There is collector value there, so I just kind of corrected the issues. He corrected timing, that type of stuff. This is a different gun. This is a Uberti here. You can see the size difference. The Dragoon is just a big gun. This one's the Uberti Leech and Rigdon, but this one's also been worked over by Goon's Gunworks, and this one's got his full package. So he did coil spring for the bolt and trigger spring, coil hand spring. It still has the flat mainspring. He did a cap post here, action shield there, which is big improvements. It basically eliminates cap jams, so I've never had a cap jam out of this gun. You'll notice through some of the other shooting footage from last time we were filming, I had a cap jam or two, and it's just kind of a tendency with these Colt open top revolvers for spent pieces of cap to get down here in the action. Cap jam. Let me get that out. I think that's about all I can really think of saying about it at the moment. You'll certainly be seeing more of this on the channel in the future, and more on other cap and ball stuff like my Leech and Rigdon, and I've got an 1860 Army. Yeah, various other guns, quite a few other cap and ball stuff. So stay tuned for that. This one's actually my wife's. I just borrowed it for the video today. So but yeah, stay tuned for more stuff on cap and ball revolvers, and I'll go and load it up and we'll shoot it one more time. Okay guys, I thought I'd show you the loading process, what I do. I've got a flask here, has my homemade 3F powder in it. This spout will throw 25 grain charges, which is perfect for this. I'll just do 2 for each chamber, and that should equal 50. Kind of a slow, tedious process, so I am using Remington number 10 caps, and I generally just buy felt wads and put on here as well, so we'll just throw one of those in. I'm not sure how much they actually do in terms of keeping the barrel fouling soft or not, but maybe I'll have to do some testing with that, shoot with and without, and just see what it does without. So okay, gonna hold this like this.
I'd hate to be in a gunfight and have to reload.
Yeah, some people will load paper cartridges for their gun. I haven't got around to loading paper cartridges yet. It's quite a bit, oh, dropped one. Quite a bit faster loading paper cartridges because they, everything's contained and you just slide the whole thing in. Dropped another one. You just slide the whole thing in and then cap it. You know, you ram it and then cap it and you're good to go again. So I'm doing it the civilian way and just loading loose powder and ball. So As you can see, it's quite snowy out here, so
It's about 20 degrees, so you know your hands are a little chilled.
we've been having lots of snow the last few days, and today it's not been snowing, which is nice. So I generally just put 2 on at a time, and then I did try 4.54 round balls, and you can see this one is shaving the rings of lead there. That's kind of what you want to see. But with 4.54s, they're just a little too small, so I'm using 4.57s. So make sure all the lead's out of the action. And then I am using, I already mentioned this, Remington number 10 caps. Caps have been really hard to find lately, so I've been lucky and found some online and ordered them from Muzzleloader Shooter Supply and Cabela's, actually, so that's where I've been getting them. One thing I did forget to mention, these the cones here are actually sized to work really well with CCI number 11 caps, but these Remington number 10s fit and seem to work pretty well as well. So they're pretty equivalent in size, you know, between CCI number 11s and Remington number 10s. So there is a little slight difference, but these are working just fine. So I need to get one of those capper devices. This would go a lot easier, and you're not fumbling with cold fingers with tiny little pieces there. So last step, I actually just take chapstick. Some people don't do this, I do, and just kind of push, make sure those are on there nice and tight, because under recoil don't want them falling off. So
Yep. Porter just got here, so that was all the noise.
now I do load 6 with these. Sorry for the noise. Porter just got here, like Joe said, and he's having to try to spin some cookies and whatnot. So, but I do load 6 with these generally, unless I'm like out, you know, backpacking or something. With the Colts, you actually got a little safety device right in between the chambers, so I'm going to cock it here, but you got a little notch in the hammer that corresponds with the little notch right there. So I just put it right in and it locks that up. It can come off if you're, like I said, if you're out backpacking or something, you actually bump the hammer. Theoretically, it could come unlocked and be resting on a cap. So if I'm out packing one of these, you know, doing ranch work or backpacking or hunting or something, I'll generally just load 5 and rest on an empty chamber. So, okay, I'm just gonna shoot off this way, and we'll see how it goes. See right there, that would have caused an issue there actually, if I hadn't noticed. But that cap was resting right there instead of falling off the side like it should. Oh, there's another one. Another one. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, that, like I was talking about, that cap post on this gun virtually eliminates that issue. So that's one thing I love about his modifications there. Since this was a Colt, I didn't do it to this one, but yeah, if I was going to be packing one of these for serious use, I would certainly want a cap post on there. So okay guys, well, thanks for watching the video. We'll shoot these last 6 shots. If you have a cap and ball revolver that you want worked over, I'd suggest sending it to Goon's Gun Works. He does a great job. So we'll see you guys next time.